Rolling.
Action!
Hi, I'm going to show you how to put up our Jayco Dove that we have for hire on Camplify in Perth, Australia. So we've just pitched up, say, to our spot. So first of all, there's a handbrake here, so make sure you apply that. Secondly, you want to put the jockey wheel back on and then start to untie yourself here from the back. So I've got the jockey wheel back on here now, so you just leave that down. So it's important to take the jockey wheel off when you're in transport and either put it in the back of your car ideally, or stow it away somewhere safely. So once we've got this down, we can take the weight off and we can lift the Jayco off the car. Okay, so once you've got that there, just pull this back, give it stiff, lift it up, it's ready to come off. Really important the handbrake's on now to make sure it doesn't roll away, and there's also some chalk blocks as well, so if you're on uneven ground you can put those under the wheels. So now once you jockey this up, it should pop off the car. Now, once this comes up, move the car away, and then I'll show you what to do with the legs. The next step is to get the legs down to keep the caravan secure. It's really important these legs are down when the side beds come out, otherwise the caravan's going to tip, so make sure you get them down. So while the front is jacked up on here, do the front ones first while there's no load on them. So you want to try and get the caravan level. For now I just do it by eye, but you want to level it out, especially with the water tank and stuff, and if it's really unlevel then the door won't close. So just by doing it by eye right now, I'll do both of these. So this here is just in the front of the van, either clipped in or down below. And as you'll see, just underneath here, there's a nut. Let's put that on. And it shouldn't be very difficult, so you can just easily wheel it through. If you're really struggling, you know, you're either not doing it right, or sometimes the caravan's under too much load, it gets very difficult. So this is why it's important to do these ones now while it's not under load. And then you can begin to lower the van down. If you get really stuck, use the jockey wheel to help you to lift the van up, but just be wary of not putting too much load on individual legs. So that's done, so I'll just do the back now. Okay, so all the legs are down now. I've put some chalks under the wheels, so you use those if the ground is slightly unlevel. So now next thing is to pop up the top. So most importantly, make sure that these brackets, all four of them, are undone. Now, one thing to consider now is if you're putting this annex up, I suggest you unzip this now and get the pulls out and ready to go up, because once you've popped it up, it's quite high and can be out of reach unless you have a step ladder. So when you do unravel this, the poles are just here at the front of the van. There are 3 of them, and then effectively you see they go in to these little brackets here. So there's one in the middle and one on the end here. So put that up. As you wind it up, that will raise, but make sure you peg in the poles, and if it's very windy, tie it down, because there's a lot of weight in this and it will come out. Also, there is a really heavy metal bar through here. The trick is, when you're putting this up, is to pull it out and to twist it round, and then the threads go through and the butterfly nuts go over. So it's kind of like twisted maybe that way. So if you want to put that up, do that now, but for now I'm just going to pop the top to show you how to do that. Right, so we're going to wind it up now. What we've done here is we've let the side nets out. Now these are quite good for extra shade if it's going to be really hot where you are, or if it's going to be really wet, because this is waterproof and it'll give you a bit of an extra protection. So typically we don't use these when we go out camping, but like I say, if it's going to be really hot or really wet, then they're an option to come out. So if you do want to get them out, like the side, it's best to do it when it's low, because otherwise you're not going to get to these, and it's even harder to get to them. So they're out now. Now the winder is just in the front panel. You'll see it clipped in, and then just in the side here, you just slot it in, and away you go. So I've wound it up now. You'll know when you get to the top, because it starts to get a bit stiff, and you see this cable is fairly tall, so it's still got a bit of play in it, but that's you pretty much done there. So next up is, once it's up, you've got some velcros around here. You can just stick those around like that. Obviously make sure you take these down again when you're packing away. Now this is up, the next thing is just to get these beds slid out. So see under here, what you need to do is just grab them with two hands and give them a nice even pull. There shouldn't be any resistance. You know, be mindful in case it's catching on anything. They should just slide out. There we go, all the way like that. Now, put these up, so I get these put up straight away, because if someone does go in the van and jump on these, you could potentially damage the bed. So get these poles up as soon as possible. So the front here, it's quite easy, so they just go on like that. And then I tend to just go under here and just lift it up to your shoulder, hook it into, there's some little hooks there. So both on each side. There we go. Make sure that one's in the hook properly. Now around this slide, it's slightly different. So I'll just pull this bit out. So it comes out a bit easier. Now these poles are a little bit trickier to get in. So what you do with these ones is, just under here, you see in the van, there's a little bit in the body there, so you just hook that in like that. And then, again, choose your shoulder. There we go, and the other side there.
Mummy, can you download this?
There you go, right, it's actually popped up. Yep. So now we've got this up. This is the door. So what you do is hold it up like that, make sure it's steady, just unhook it, and then it will come down. There we go. Hold on to it tightly, because these things can come loose, so you don't want it to swing down. And once you're there, just lift it up, and there's some little holes here. Just need to line this up. Now, as I mentioned before, if the van isn't level, this door won't go in, or it's very difficult. So if you're having problems, have a look at the levels. Those just go back on around there. And then once this is in, you've got Velcro on the outside, which you stick along. And then this bit here just hooks around with your thumb, and you can just push it in. So next up is getting these beds put up. So under here, there's some poles. So you just need to find the little centre plastic bit, hook that in, push it all the way out like that. And then I tend to do this before hooking it round, so it goes on nice and easy. So you've got that one done, and then the same on the other side.
Yep.
Right, so you're pretty much there now. So one last thing to do is just get these Velcros and just fold them in over. Keep it nice and taut. Pull that down over here and under. And go around that, all around both sides. So if it is really hot, like I say, put these out, but you want to keep it taut. So there's some poles in here, unscrew on the other side, put those in and get some ropes and pull that down, peg it in. So all the ropes and the pegs and the hammer is all in this box here. So you can use one of the keys and get into that. Now the final thing to do is just make sure it's level. So there is a small level in the van. One of the best spots to check that is just on the front bar here. Just chuck the level on there and just check it's okay. So you can adjust the legs and so forth. So pretty much just check the door, make sure that shuts nicely. Check the leveling, that's especially important if you've got water stored in the tank. But otherwise, as long as the door shuts and you're comfortable, then you should be good to go. So now the van's all set up, you can turn your gas on here, and then in here you've got all of your electric cable and your water pipe, etc. So if you come around this side, I'll show you where it goes. So open up this hatch and you've got your water, but you've also got the tank if you want to fill the tank up. Make sure you lock that in transit so it doesn't break off, and then you've got your power just here. And under here is your waste pipe, and there's a black tube in the front as well if you need to run that off into somewhere, or potentially you can leave it as is. So last couple of bits inside, so you've got your trip switch here, you've got your fridge, so you can turn that on from gas to electric. When you are going between the power sources, just check the temperature because it can vary slightly, and change the dial. You've got your water here. When it's pressurized, you just push it down and it will flow. When you're using the tank, there's just a hand pump there to pump that through. This middle section here does convert into another bed. So this just pulls out and you lay that down, and you can arrange the cushions. There's storage and more cushions under there. Here's all your pots and pans, obviously your cooker, and food storage in there. Now, one other thing, there are some lights which you'll find under the main section. They plug into this little plug here and go on this rail. So they're a little bit dimmer for night, but they're good for reading and the like. So you can plug those in and wire them through. So that's about it for the van. Hope you have a fantastic time. If you do want to come across this and you do want to hire a Jayco in the Perth area, have a look for us on Camplify, and that is how you set up our Jayco Dove. Thank you.